What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Wrestling News Live 5. My name is Adam. I am your host this evening, and right now we're going to talk about NXT TAKEOVer and Royal Rumble coming up this weekend, tomorrow, and Sunday night on the WWE Network, and live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I'm going to just give my match by match predictions on what I think will happen this weekend in Philadelphia. By the way, I didn't mention it on the other broadcast that I did, uh, but by the way, go back and listen to that broadcast if you haven't yet. But this is also going to be a weekend of New Japan shows. New Japan is running a pay per view. I believe it is this weekend, and that is very interesting. That it looks like it's going to be competing with the Royal Rumble. It's going to be competing with NXT Takeover and with the Royal Rumble. So I just wanted to mention that because I didn't talk about it on my other broadcast. Once again, if you haven't listened to the broadcast I did about an hour ago, go check that one out where I talk about the Royal Rumble. I talk about Rumble predictions. I'm sorry, I talk about Rumble odds. And I talk about Ronda Rousey and things like that. So, yeah, it is going to be this weekend. The New Beginning, I believe, is what it's called. Yep, New Beginning. That is going to be Saturday into Sunday. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be going head to head with the Rumble. So if you have NJPW World, which by the way is a great app, a great service, I definitely recommend that you get it if you don't have it. But NJPW World, check it out, and you can check out the New Beginning, which is going to be January the 27th and 28th. So tomorrow night, technically tonight, since it's after midnight here on the East Coast, and going into Sunday night. It's going to be a 2 night event. So definitely go and check that out. But without any further ado, because that was a lot of ado, let's get into the NXT TakeOver predictions. As I mentioned on the show, I'm going to be giving my review of both NXT TakeOver and the Royal Rumble. So, let's just pull up the card here and let's get right into it. All right. So, sorry, I'm just leaving NJPW World. I find that very interesting that they're going to be competing with their own. I guess you can say they're not really. In a way, they're competing because it is sort of the same audience. All right, so NXT Takeover Philly opening match: Cassius Ono versus Velveteen Dream. This match didn't really have a lot of build up. It was just pretty much a quick 30-second YouTube thing that they did where Cassius confronts Velveteen backstage. And this match really, well, compared to some of the other matches, really hasn't had a lot of build. I'm going to go with Velveteen Dream going over in this match because it looks like Velveteen has been getting a pretty decent push lately on NXT. The fans are really behind him. He's pretty over, so I'm going with Velveteen to win. Cassius Ohno has just kind of been floundering a bit on NXT and not really doing too much. So I can definitely see Velveteen going far in NXT, and I think that Cassius Ohno is just going to be a stepping stone for him to get there. All right, next match is the Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Authors of Pain. Undisputed Era are the champs going into this match, and I think that Undisputed Era will win this match. Um, again, not saying that AOP haven't really been doing a lot. They have on NXT, but I don't see them going over in this match. I see Undisputed Era minus their leader Adam Cole, Bebe, going over in this one. So for match number 2, I'm going with Undisputed Era. Ember Moon versus Shia Baszler. I hope I'm saying that right. I think I pronounced her name incorrectly on the other broadcast as well that I did about an hour ago, where I talked about Ronda Rousey's chances of being at the Royal Rumble, which does not look good right now because she will be filming a movie in Colombia, so she will not be at the Rumble. So it seems. Shayna, however, or Shayna Baszler, again, pardon me if I'm butchering that name, um, really hasn't done too much besides almost winning the Mae Young Classic. She made it far. She almost won it, but wasn't able to take it all. And now, just completely out of nowhere, she has a title shot against Ember Moon. I think that Ember Moon is most likely going to win this match. Either that or Shayna Baszler is just going to completely destroy her for real, which I hope doesn't happen because I like Ember and I want Ember to go over. I think that it's too soon to put the title on Baszler. So I definitely see Ember Moon retaining, being barring that there's no unforeseen injury, God forbid, because obviously in wrestling you never want anyone to get hurt for real. So Ember Moon will most likely go over in this match. Next match is Aleister Black versus Adam Cole in a Extreme Rules match. My prediction is that Black will destroy Cole for most of the match, and then, of course, oh no, I'm sorry, I almost forgot to say it. It's Aleister Black versus Adam Cole, baby, in an Extreme Rules match. Sorry, and I think that Black will destroy Cole for most of the match, and then the rest of Undisputed Era will get involved. And my prediction is that basically they made this an Extreme Rules match, kind of just so Undisputed Era can get involved in this match. That's my prediction. So Adam Cole will go over with interference. Then we have Andrade Cien Amas taking on Johnny Gargano for the NXT Championship. And I believe that this is a great opportunity to bring back Tommaso Ciampa. I would not be surprised if we see Tommaso Ciampa interfere in this match and cost Gargano the win. I think that there's also a chance that Gargano will go over, and in the end, we will see Ciampa come out, and Ciampa will destroy Adam Cole. No, I'm sorry. Will destroy. I'm gonna say Adam Cole. Well, will destroy Gargano at the end of the match. Um, so I really don't like Amos. I'll be honest. I am not a CN Amos fan. I know that a lot of people are, and I'm sort of in the minority here when it comes to Amos. Um, but I just don't think that Amos is a good champion. I think that Gargano should go over, although I don't think that he will go over. I think that instead of interfering after the match, like some people are predicting, that Ciampa will come out during the match and Ciampa will attack Gargano, and we'll see the return of Tommaso Ciampa. So that is my prediction for NXT TakeOver Philly. Now let's go into the Royal Rumble. I'm going to quickly pull up the matches, and I will be giving you my prediction match by match on the 2018 Royal Rumble. So let's get right into it. For the first time ever, we are going to have a women's Royal Rumble. But I do not think that that will be the first match. I believe that probably one of two matches will open the show, which is the Uzos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. That's going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match. That's probably going to be on the pre-show. Let's be honest. And I can see the Uzos going over. I don't really see much out of Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I like Shelton Benjamin. I've always been a Shelton Benjamin fan. Don't like Chad Gable. Did not like when they broke up. I almost said Bro's Greatest Tag Team. Holy crap. American Alpha. I was not a fan of the American Alpha breakup, so I don't like Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. The Uzos are pretty hot right now, so I definitely see the Uzos going over in that match. Bobby Roode will be taking on TBD for the United States champion. That basically means that they don't have an opponent for Bobby Roode yet. I'm pretty sure Bobby Roode will go over no matter who it is. Well, I shouldn't say no matter who it is, but I don't see Bobby Roode dropping the title right now. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus the Revival. I'm pretty sure that Gallows and Anderson will go over, especially after getting the rub from the Click on Monday's Raw. So I definitely see Gallows and Anderson going over in that match. Then we have a 6-man tag match between Kalisto, Dorado, Grand Metalik, TGP, Gentleman Jack Gallagher, and Drew Gulak. My pick for that match is Drew Gulak. Go, Drew Gulak. You're cool. I like you. Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan versus Cesaro and Sheamus the Bar. I think that they're probably building towards a Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan WrestleMania match. See Rollins and Jordan going over. I think that Bar will tag titles back. So that is my prediction for that match. It's possible that either at the Rumble or the coming between the Rumble and Mania. So one of the episodes of Raw between now and WrestleMania, we'll see a breakup between Rollins and Jordan. And excuse me. we'll most likely see a Rollins Jordan match at WrestleMania. No idea when Ambrose is set to come back, but it couldn't be soon enough because it just Jason Jordan's getting a lot of heat. He's over as a heel. I just don't like him for some reason. I don't know why. It's kind of like Sienna Moss. Like I don't like him, but I can't figure out why I don't like him. So being that they're building towards Rollins and Jordan WrestleMania match, I think that the Bar will get the tag titles back. All right. Then we have the first ever women's Royal Rumble match. As I announced in an earlier broadcast, it looks like Stephanie will not be in this match, most likely, because she'll be on commentary. Again, it's still very possible that she will be in the match, that she'll get up from the commentary booth and get into the ring. I hope that doesn't happen, although it has happened in the past in Royal Rumbles. There was one year where I think JBL, Booker T, and Michael Cole were all in the Rumble. Fortunately, none of them win. None of them won, especially Michael Cole. Oh, geez, can you just imagine that? Holy crap! I just scared the crap out of myself. Imagine Michael Cole winning the Royal Rumble. Heaven forbid. All right. Anyway, so Stephanie most likely not in this match. Ronda Rousey most likely not in this match. How they're going to build towards Stephanie and Rousey at WrestleMania if Rousey is filming a movie in Colombia, who knows? Maybe the whole thing is a work. Maybe it's, we're going to get swerved and Rousey will be there in Philadelphia for the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble. I can definitely see Asuka winning this. If it's not Rousey, if Rousey's not in it and Steph is not in it, I think that Asuka is probably their best bet. I don't see Bailey winning. I don't think that I don't know. I really can't see anyone winning but Asuka, given that Rousey is not in it. So I'll go with Asuka. Um, I think that it's possible that I don't know. Nia is huge, so they might just do that. But whenever they do that, gang up on the big person spot, the big person always winds up getting eliminated. So with the way that they've been booking Asuka, um, with the slight push that they've been giving her, I think that's probably going to be Asuka. Um, then we have a triple threat match for the Universal title. Brock Lesnar going in the champ with Paul Heyman versus Braun Strowman and Kane. I'm pretty sure that Kane is just thrown into this match to take a pin. A lot of people are going with Lesnar. A lot of people are saying that there's absolutely no way that Lesnar will walk out of the Rumble uh, not champion. So I am not going with Lesnar. I'm going with Strowman. I think that now is a good time to put the Universal title on Strowman. And I feel that it would do a lot of good for Raw. I feel that if they put the title on Strowman now, that the IC champ being either Miz or Roman, um, Roman, well, we'll get to that later. Roman, the possibility of Roman winning the Rumble. Again, I talked about that in the broadcast I did about an hour ago. Roman is now the number one pick, according to Oddsmaker, to win the Rumble. But we're talking about the triple threat match. I think now would be a good time to get the Universal title off of Lesnar. Um, he's held it for too long. He's barely been there, and it hasn't been good for Raw. If you have someone who is on Raw all of the time, it will be good for Raw, and you don't have to make the IC title the main title on Raw anymore. So I think that it would be a good move. So I'm going with Braun Strowman to win the triple threat match. it's very possible that I will eat my words as I sometimes do. Although I was right about a couple of things. I was right about the Roman thing, and I guess people listen to this broadcast, and I guess they said, "Hey, he did drop the IC title. Adam was right. He dropped the IC title, and now he's the number one pick according to Oddsmaker to win the Rumble." Um, so it's very possible I will be wrong, but I am sticking with my guns here. Braun Strowman will win the triple threat match. Then we have the men's Royal Rumble. Oh boy. Of course, Nakamura yesterday was the favorite. Again, the smart money hasn't come in, and we don't really know what is going to happen. Excuse me for a moment. Oh, sorry about that. We don't really know uh, who is truly the number one favorite to win the Rumble until the smart money comes in. The smart money usually comes in the day of or the day before the Rumble. Um, right now, Roman is the favorite. Yesterday, Nakamura was the favorite. So things have changed in the last 30 hours or so. By the way, it is 10 to 1 a.m. On Friday night, my time, early Saturday morning, where I'm broadcasting this. So it is possible that by tomorrow the odds will change again. But right now, Roman is the number one odds-on favorite to win the Rumble. I hope that doesn't happen. Um, my pick is Finn Balor. I think that now is a good time to have Balor win the Rumble, especially after getting the rub from Triple H on Raw. At the end of the show, Triple H raised Finn Balor's hand, so I think that it will be a good a good thing for Finn to win the Rumble, leading up to Braun versus Finn for the Universal title at WrestleMania, and of course, what would be awesome, Finn Balor taking back the Universal title that he never lost. Also, it kind of makes sense because it seems like they're holding off on putting it back on Balor because they don't want him to take it off of Brock. Because I guess they feel that Finn Balor is not credible enough as a wrestler or in terms of size. Um, so it looks like well, I think it would be a good move. I honestly think it would be a good move to put it on Strowman and then have Balor take it off Strowman at WrestleMania. So that is my pick for that match. I'm going with Finn Balor to win the Royal Rumble. I said it. It's live. It's in the books, and I don't know. We will see. I think Nakamura would be a little bit too out of nowhere. No pun intended. Um, John Cena, of course, would make sense because then he can go on to break Flair's record at WrestleMania by becoming a 17-time world champion. Flair, of course, holds the record now with 16-time. So if Cena won it, he can go on and probably take the belt off of who would he go after? Well, I don't think there's going to be a superstar shakeup. So he would probably go after AJ and take the title off of AJ at WrestleMania and become the first ever 17-time world champion. And but I don't think that's going to happen. At least I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Of course, there's the Daniel Bryan thing, which is now a 50 to 1 shot. Some people are saying that he's not going to wrestle in WWE. His contract will be up in September, and he'll go back to Ring of Honor, and he'll wrestle in Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor will definitely allow him to wrestle, and hopefully have some great matches there with Kenny King and Dalton Castle and Punishment Martinez. And I think he can have some really good matches in Ring of Honor. Of course, I would love if he won the Rumble, but of course, there's that possible storyline between him and Shane at WrestleMania. Maybe Daniel Bryan will be in the Rumble, but Shane will keep him from winning the Rumble, or maybe attack him before he gets to the ring, setting up a match between him and Shane at WrestleMania. I think that would also be very cool. I definitely want to see him wrestle in WWE again. As much as I would love to see him back in Ring of Honor, I would love to see him wrestle in WWE, even if it's against Shane O'Mac. And I think that would be very cool. So my prediction to win the Rumble, I'm still going with Finn Balor. All right. So final match is AJ versus Owens and Sami Zayn. It's going to be a handicap match. It's going to be 2-on-1. I probably going to I they're probably going to keep the title on AJ. AJ will probably be the champ going into Mania, unless somehow he loses it at the Rumble, but then gets it back before Mania. Um, some are saying that that is a possibility. I think it would be cool actually to have co WWE champions for the first time. Um, they've done it with the IC title with Jericho and China back in, I believe, 99, maybe 2000. Might have been 2000. You can correct me on that in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm sure someone will. But I think it would be cool to have co WWE champions for the first time. Of course, then you would break up Cammy, um, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. Probably the worst tag team name of all time. Yes, worse than Show Miz, worse than Jericho. Cammy, so bad. Sounds like a friggin' Street Fighter character. Anyway, you would break up Owens and Sami Zayn because I refuse to call them Cammy, and feud them for the rights to be called the true WWE champion. So I think that would be a pretty decent feud. However, I don't see that happening. I think that they're going to keep the title on AJ. All right, so I believe that is every match. I'm going to be over the next couple of days be doing a NXT Takeover and Royal Rumble review. I don't know if I'll be doing that in one video or two. It's possible that I'll split up my NXT Takeover and Royal Rumble reviews. I'm also going to be starting a storyline here on this channel, which is going to be a review. I'm going to pick a year, and I'm going to review all the pay-per-views in this year. I'm going to be starting with 1988. So 1988 is going to be the first storyline in this new series that I'm starting, because around Rumble season, I try to squeeze in as many classic Rumble pay-per-views as I can. And I just finished Rumble 88. So I thought that I would start with Royal Rumble 88 and, of course, move on to WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Yeah, so that'll be. I'm sorry, Survivor Series. Yeah, Survivor Series. The first one was '88. That was the Gobbledygooker Survivor Series, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that because again, I'm going to have a lot of very angry people in the. I'm sorry, '87 was the first one. Why did I think that '88 was the first Survivor Series? Whoops, my bad. Um, but '88, I believe, was the Gobbledygooker um, Survivor Series, if I'm not mistaken. And I just might be. Anyway, leave in the comments below if the '87 or '88 Survivor Series was the Gooker Survivor Series. All right, so I'm going to be reviewing Royal Rumble '88. That review is going to be coming very soon, probably after my NXT and Royal Rumble reviews. I'm going to review Royal Rumble 2018 and then review Royal Rumble '88. So don't know yet if the NXT Takeover and Royal Rumble review will be one one video or two. So stay tuned for that. Go like us on Facebook. The page is called Wrestling News Live 5. You can also follow us on Twitter at I've Got Till 5. And I will be doing a NXT Takeover review, and that will be my next video. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.